Hello YouTube, time for another teardown. This is a control box, a radio control box from some aircraft made in England. It has the military arrow on it, so it's some sort of RAF thing, I guess. Fairly standard, I guess, control box for radio. Here you set the frequency with these dials here. You can set a couple of other things. It's got a couple of little knobs and a light. Normally control boxes are pretty boring things. This one's interesting purely because of how it's been miniaturized. As you can see with my hand for scale, it's actually quite a small compact unit, and the way they've coupled all these knobs onto the rotary switches in the back and to this display on the front is quite involved and quite interesting. So I thought I'd take it apart and show you. Back comes off very easily. Two little screw things. Clips really, not screws. And so here we go. Let's get over on this side first. So you can see here's the front panel, and they've kind of hung everything off that. They have these two bars down the side which go pretty much the way to the bottom. They're quite heavily machined, so there's all sorts of holes in them. And things are hung on that. You've got one big switch here. Another switch there, another switch there, another switch there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another one somewhere buried in the middle, which I guess we can't see yet. So there is also all this mechanics in the front. The clicking motion is actually, it doesn't come from the switches, it comes from these little spiky gears, and in each of these silver units there's a little piston and a spring with a bearing on the end, so that's what provides the click. Has quite a nice feel to it, quite a nice high quality tactile feel. Obviously all sorts of gearing to get the motion to where it's supposed to be. And this switch on the front's just really boring. So yeah, let's take it apart some more, and if I can zoom out. Here we go. Zoom out. Focus. A little light bulb to light up the display. So here we go. All the rods coming through, little bronze bearings here. Not immediately obvious how it all comes apart. Let's do these. So we've got a whole load of resistors on here. Double-sided load actually, that's... You don't actually see that often. Little transistor. Another double-sided printed circuit board with loads of resistors and loads of silver Teflon wire. Let's cut some of these cable ties. All very nicely tied together. These are no nuts, standard nuts. And there we go. So yeah, there we go, lots of little gears, which will turn the appropriate switches and wheels. Very nicely engineered, extremely nicely engineered. All these nice radiuses put on the corners. Someone spent a lot of time designing and building this. Here are the little spring-loaded parts I was talking about earlier. These are little lights which illuminated both the front panel and this set of wheels. So what I think they did here is they built these bits are custom made. The switches are sort of fairly standard off-the-shelf multi-way switches, but they took out the original poles down the middle of them and built their own. These look a little bit too well engineered just to be the standard rods from the middle of these multi-way switches, which are normally fairly rough looking things, and these are beautifully engineered. Little taper pins in to retain the gears, and these little spiky wheels which made the whole thing click. That little ball bearing and the spring which sits in here. There we go. Two springs, in fact. That's interesting. One spring inside another spring. I guess they had their reasons for that. This is the sort of thing that would be quite nice to keep, these sort of things, but unfortunately they're riveted onto the main kind of bulkhead bit here, so it's going to be a little hard to salvage them. unfortunately being held on with split pins. All these little gears aren't very easy to remove. Well, there we have it. I think that's actually as far as I can go with this, without the use of a hammer, because all the gears are held on with little taper pins, and I can't get them off. And without getting them off, the whole thing doesn't come apart. This bit needs to slide. This bit here needs to slide out like that, but it can't because those gears are in the way. Those gears won't come off because they're held on with pins on both sides. Same with this middle drum. Yeah, that won't come off, that won't come off. Even that's held on with the taper pins, that bit won't come off, so I can't get the middle out of this switch here. So yeah, there we go, thwarted. I'll just show you this quite nice example of what they've done. I mean, the attention to detail that went into that. Just to get a nice little positive click is incredible, really. All that engineering and that little bit's been made, and this whole framework thing is just a complete machine part. It's not folded metal or anything. It's all been machined out. Yeah, and done without CNC by the looks of it as well, because all the machining marks on this base plate here, they're all in wobbly lines. So someone's actually done that manually on a mill, which is fairly incredible, especially following these curves around here. Yeah, a lot of time and effort gone into making this. Probably been incredibly expensive. So yeah, there we go. Another bit of vintage technology, thoroughly disassembled. And a whole lot of nuts and bolts to go in my nut and bolt collection. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. We'll have some more in the future, hopefully.